Good day everyone. Today we are going to discuss all about density. Give your full attention, stay tuned. Welcome to Science TV with Sir Basti. So today, as what I've told you, I promised to all of you that Sir Basti will give you a video presentation discussion so that you'll be able to get how to determine the volume of a particular object. But before getting or knowing how to get the volume of a particular object, I will present to all of you a particular question. Now, we have here a question. Which will float in water? I have here the stone. Then we have here the styrofoam. And we have here a bowl of water. Now, which between the two, I'm not including the water. Which between the two will float in water? Is it the stone or is it rock or stone? And this one as styrofoam. Now, in order for us to answer that particular question, there's a need for us to be oriented of what density is. Density is the one that can answer that question. Now, let us know what density is. So, what do you mean by density? Density is the amount of particles of matter in a specific space an object takes up. So for example, we have here a particular object. The object has volume, the space, right? And the amount inside the object. So the amount of the object in a particular space it takes is actually density. Now, mass in volume is density. Again, mass in volume is density. Then it also defines how closely packed the matter is, how compressed the object is. So it is the one that answers how compact, how compressed the object is. It is the density. Third one, it is the one that determines whether the object will sink or float. So those are the three things that you need to know all about density. So right now, we are going to learn the steps or processes of getting density. Now we have here 4. Get the volume and mass of the objects. We cannot get the density if the volume and mass are not given. So the mass and volume must be present. That is why we learned first the mass and the volume, because those two are very important for density. Number 2, second step, divide the mass by volume, or in short, mass divided by volume. Hence, we are going to use division as the operation. Sir, are we going to divide? Yes, you are going to divide mass by volume. Mass divided by volume. And the third step, the quotient is considered as the density. So the answer of the division or the computation you made in step 2 is the density. Quotient is the answer after dividing numbers. Now that quotient is actually the density of the matter object. Now for the fourth one, use the following units. If we are getting the density of irregular objects, we are going to use gram per ml. But if we are getting the density of regular object, we are going to use gram per centimeter cube or gram per cubic centimeter. Try to look at right here. Gram per milliliter is the unit for the density of irregular objects. I hope that you can still remember what a regular object is. Then gram per cubic centimeter is the unit of the density of regular objects. When we say regular object, these are objects with square or rectangular shapes. In our case, we have here the given as an object with square shape or form. So this one is regular objects. That is why we are using centimeter cube. Now let us use the given right now. So I have here styrofoam. I have here mass 5 grams, then volume is 10 centimeter cube. That is the first step. Know the mass and the volume. Then divide the mass by volume. So we have here mass divided by volume. 5 grams divided by 10 centimeter cube is equal to, okay, that's the second step. You need to know that you are actually going to divide 5 divided by 10 and grams divided by centimeter cube. The quotient is considered as density now. 5 divided by 10 is equal to 0.5. It's not 2 because we are not dividing 10 by 5. We are dividing 5 by 10. So it is 0.5. 5 grams divided by 10 centimeter cube is equal to 0.5. Sir, how about the unit? What unit are we going to use? Now, be guided. Since, okay, we are computing for the density of regular object, we are going to use gram per cubic centimeter or gram per centimeter cube. Or let us make it easier. Since right here the volume uses centimeter cube, so we are going to use centimeter cube. But if the volume uses ml, so you are going to use ml. But in our case, it is regular object and the volume uses centimeter cube, so we are going to follow centimeter cube. So our final answer is 5 grams divided by 10 centimeter cube is equal to 0.5 gram per centimeter cube. How are we going to read this one? 0.5 gram per centimeter cube, not gram slash centimeter cube. It is 0.5 gram per centimeter cube. That's it. 0.5 gram centimeter cube is the density of the styrofoam, the object being presented on the left side. I mean, this is the right side. I mean, this is my right side, but the camera is actually portraying my hand as the left one. So be on the left. Okay. Now, sir, we already got the density. How will we know if the object will sink or float? Now, this is a reminder. Water has a density of 1.0 gram per centimeter cube. Objects with density lesser than 1 will float. Be reminded, objects with density lesser than 1 will float. On the other hand, objects with density greater than 1 will sink in water. So, since we have 0.5 gram per centimeter cube, 0.5 gram per centimeter cube is lesser than 1.0 gram per centimeter cube. Therefore, styrofoam, which has this density, will float in water. I hope that is understood and clear. So, we have here already the density of the styrofoam. Let us go to the second one, the rock. Okay, rock or stone. Depends on the size of this particular objects. Now, we have here, okay, first we have here the given. Then first get the mass and volume. The mass is equal to 25 grams. Then volume is equal to 5 ml. ml because this one is a regular object. It doesn't have fixed shape or form. Now there's a need for us to divide mass by volume. So we have here the formula. Density is equal to mass divided by volume. And substitute the values of mass and volume. So what is our mass? It is 25 grams and our volume is 5 ml. So just reflect there. Density is equal to 25 grams divided by 5 ml. That's it. Now for the density, third step, 25 divided by 5. What is 25 divided by 5? It is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's 5. Then what is the unit that we are going to follow? Okay, copy gram. Then we are going to follow ml. So our final answer is 5 grams per ml. So that's it. The density of the rock, or shall we say stone, is 5 grams per ml, which will float in water. Okay, that was our question earlier, right? In the case of rock, the rock has greater density than 1.0 gram per centimeter cube. The density of water is 1.0 gram per centimeter cube. If you were able to remember, as what I've told you, the object with density greater than 1 will sink. So in the case of rock, 5 is greater than 1. So therefore, rock will sink. So which between the two, the styrofoam and the stone or the rock, will float? It is the styrofoam, the one that will float in water. I hope that is understood. If there are any question, please feel free to send your question to Sir Basti through LMS. I will appreciate your questions. Please be reminded to follow all the instructions on the LMS, the directions of the LMS, so that you'll be guided and you will be able to get the right answer. Because once you are not going to follow the instruction, tendency you are going to, or the LMS will mark your answers wrong. I hope everything is clear. See you next time. God bless.